Hey everybody, welcome back to the Grizzly News. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Kinley. Let's jump straight to it. Jaden Booker got to learn a little bit more about how the girls' basketball team started their season.
The girls' basketball team has done an outstanding job kicking off their season undefeated with a record of 4-0. Last night they beat HSC with an amazing performance. Here's their head coach, Coach Sabol, on their performance last night.
How do you feel about the performance from the girls tonight?
It was good. I think, it's the first conference game of the year, so obviously you want to come out and you want to, like from the tip, you want to establish, our pace of play, which for us, we like to run, we like to press, we like to shoot a lot of threes, and I felt like the girls were ready to play tonight, and it was good to get everybody in, and, I felt part of it, so it was good.
They will continue their season playing Greensburg tonight. We wish them the best, and good luck.
Thanks, Jaden. Good luck to our girls the rest of the season. Our reporter Jake ventured to another classroom this week to interview some more students about the piano class.
Thanks, Brandon and Kinley. Mr. Hammond-Wood teaches a piano class during 6th period.
The way the piano class works is that it's an introductory music curriculum. So those students that are in that class are trying to learn some basics about music fundamentals and hopefully have some lifelong learning skills and taking that past the high school level.
Students in the class are taught basic piano skills as they work through their book throughout the semester.
My music background went to Indiana State University for my undergrad in music education, then went on and got my master's in performance from ISU as well. And my primary instrument, as we call it in the music world, is percussion. As a musician in music school, you are expected to learn a little bit of every instrument. So with the piano class, there are piano proficiencies that you have to pass in order to be a proficient piano player, for lack of better terms. Then within the classroom structure, I would say this is my first time teaching the class, but with all my music background and the piano proficiency, you're definitely more than prepared to teach the kids and make them the best versions of themselves.
I asked Mr. Hammond-Wood how he would persuade a student to take his piano class.
It's a great class to take and really learn how to understand music at the level to be able to do it for the rest of your life. It's a great escape, and having that opportunity, whether it's piano, guitar, or drums, would be beneficial. And the only class that we offer as a beginner at the high school level is the piano class.
You should definitely consider adding the class to your schedule next year. That's all for me. Back to Brandon and Kinley in the studio.
Thanks, Jake. This weekend is a big weekend for the musical cast. Their first performance of Cinderella is tonight at 7. They have 2 shows, Saturday at 2 and 7, and then their last show is Sunday at 2. I got to talk to our very own Cinderella and Prince Topher about the show.
My favorite part about being in Cinderella is obviously being the role of Cinderella, but also getting to work with all the different people. They're all such wonderful people who have dedicated their time to being here and making this show great.
My favorite part about being in Cinderella is definitely playing this character. This character is a different type of Prince Charming, and I also love being around everyone in this cast. Everyone enjoys being on stage, and getting to see everyone's face smile and light up on stage is my favorite thing, and being around people who love to do what they do. It's a magical experience when you're in the audience. The way things change and transform right before your eyes, and it's a beautiful show.
Every person that has been here has put in an equal amount of time and dedicated their after-school time, their morning time, during the day. People come down here and work and just to get little things put together. And it's been a long time coming, and everybody's worked so hard, so you should definitely come see Cinderella.
With a show that extensive, there are many things that happen behind the scenes. From props to scenery to multiple lighting changes, it takes a large crew to pull off this production. We talked to Doug Corliss, who leads that effort.
During this show of Cinderella, they can expect to see 4 different atmospheric fog effects. We've got a low-lying fog, we have 2 different hazes, and we have a smoke machine that all work together to create the special effects for this show.
Yeah, right, Marie.
With all these extra special effects, it helps convey the story and the message of the show. It adds excitement for the audience. With most of our productions, most of our musical productions here at Franklin, we typically rent the set instead of building it. What that allows us to do is invest more time in actually putting the show together. This set came in on a 53-foot semi, as do most of our shows. We spend about a week putting that show together and building it. It also allows professionals to build the sets, which is usually a higher quality, making it more affordable.
You're going to find a husband, am I?
With a lot of things, student stagehands perform a variety of tasks, and they're very important to the show. Having consistent, reliable help is imperative for a musical. You have to be at every rehearsal because your job dictates what other people are doing. The cast have to have consistency. So if you're running follow spot, I need you here every night for all the rehearsals. So the cast gets used to being picked up at a certain place on the stage. We have a variety of students doing different jobs, deck hands that are moving scenery around, moving props, making sure things are put in the right place. So having student help is very important for large-scale productions.
Well, we learned a bunch of lingo. We learned how to use the fly rail, which is the giant ropes backstage. That's fun to do. And we are the whole thing that keeps the scenes moving in the show, so we don't have 5-minute weird intervals in between scenes.
Offering students professional instruction on stagecraft and stagehand work is something that not all schools can do, and not many schools in the state of Indiana can do. Here we have the luxury of having myself and a couple other professionally trained stagehands teaching and instructing and training the students in proper safety and stagecraft work.
I mean, hey, if you're interested in it, do it. It's a commitment, that's for sure, but it's a ton of fun and it's a bunch of nice people, so.
Make sure you come out and see the musical this weekend. In other news, the prom committee is looking to increase the size of their club. They are working to make this year's prom the best ever. So if you would like to have a say in this year's prom, come out to the meeting they have after school every Thursday in Miss Andrews' room.
Thanks, Brandon. Extra copies of the 2021 yearbooks went on sale October 25th and are still on sale after school in room E234. Books will cost $50 each. They can only accept these methods of payment: money order payable to FCHS Kite or the exact amount of cash.
Jace is starting a new series on the Grizzly News about students and some interesting hobbies they might have. Jace?
I am Kage McCorkle, founder, CEO, owner, co-owner, co-producer, producer, director, everything of Hoop Edits and Hoop Edits merch. But I've been doing this, I've been making videos for a little over 3.5 years. Started with basketball, now it's grown into about every sport. And I've only been making and selling my own merch for the past year.
And do you make profit off of Hoop Edits?
I indeed do. The first few years I had to pay back for like my camera and stuff, but I really just started on my phone, and then I started selling mixtapes. It would be like over an entire weekend, so like 4 or 5 games, and I would charge $8, and I thought like if I could just sell like 5 mixtapes a weekend, I could make $40 a weekend, and that would be like the dream. And then I got enough to buy like a phone gimbal, and so that was like $80. So I saved up, bought that, and then the next thing I had was like a gimbal camera, but it was only, again, like $150. I thought it was the best thing in the world. And then I got my way up to a real camera for like $1,500, and then I paid that off pretty quick after I got it. And since then I've got new cameras and lenses, but yes, I do make a profit off of Hoop Edits.
Awesome. Glad to hear all about your interesting hobby.
Oh.
Thank you, Kage.
Thank you.
Awesome to see FCHS students doing great things. Keegan has some information to share about Robotics Club and the cool stuff they are up to.
Thanks, Kinley. Our robotics team, Perseverance and Prevail, competed at the VEX Robotics Competition at the Church of Nazarene in Martinsville on the 6th. Perseverance placed 21st in qualifications and made it to the quarterfinals. and Prevail placed 13th in qualifications and unfortunately lost their first round of the tournament.
So I think that our performances have been pretty well so far. We are certainly performing to the best that we possibly can, and we are very proud of ourselves.
Considering this is our very first year of robotics in a long time, I think we did phenomenal.
Back to you guys.
Now that's pretty cool. To wrap up this episode of the Grizzly News, we have another insightful message from the cooler but slightly older Powers brother. Take it away, Brian.
Is it recording? Yes. I know, that's a good one you can throw in there. Thanks. The best piece of advice I was ever given, and what I can give to you as well, is from my dad. It was, Brian, stop peeing in the middle of the floor. You're ruining Thanksgiving. And well, I was 3, so I guess that doesn't, no, I was 2, so that doesn't really apply. Cut. If I could give you one piece of advice, it's the best advice I'd ever given. It's don't eat yellow snow. I never ate why wouldn't I eat yellow snow? Like, snow's white. The only time I would eat yellow snow, like I was in the backyard, and it was just where my dog would be. Oh, cut. The best piece of advice I've ever been given has been, oh, crap, cut. The best piece of advice I've ever, hey, how's it going?
It's going great.
Darn it, Brian.
Good, what, ah, crap, cut.
Great information, Mr. Powers. That's all we have for today. I'm Kinley.
And I'm Brandon. Have a great weekend.